during the discussion with the IMF, what was the compromise on the SOE reforms? Because they were insisting on SOE reforms in the last government, but you all have said it's you want to basically change it. So what was the compromise on the SOE restructuring?
Yeah, again, if I just brief it, IMF did not impose anything or force anything. The IMF's concerns, especially when we work within a kind of a constrained framework, the treasury should not bear the cost of unnecessary cost of SOEs, because when SOE comes out with a particular product, especially energy or any other thing, it should be cost reflective, and there shouldn't be unnecessary burden to the treasury, because we had the bad experience of corruption and unnecessary borrowing, wrong dealing, especially Sri Lankan Airlines, the leasing agreement, even the cancellation incurred lots of costs. So therefore, it is a myth that IMF insisted. IMF wanted to have a very disciplined approach towards restructuring. Restructuring does not mean that selling off. So we are working on it. We have just appointed a committee. They are looking after all these SOEs to take the final decision how best we can manage these things without passing or having a burden on the treasury, and meantime to increase the efficiency. And so these are the approaches, and again how best we could utilize all those institutions in order to make sure that there would not be market failures, there would not be any oligarchies in the market, and to ensure that we would be able to provide goods and services to the market at an affordable rate, continuously in good quality. So this is the line of dealing with SOEs, and that restructuring process is going on.
Since you spoke about Sri Lankan Airlines, now there is a due from Sri Lankan Airlines Airbus deal, where we can basically ask for a compensation. There were reports in 2021 that Sri Lankan has basically demanded compensation from the Airbus. What has happened to that?
That litigation is going on. Then once a particular conclusion or the reach or still that is going on, when there is anything tangible that we can announce, in due course we would announce. So if there is anything, I hope the minister also will have something to say about this.
The process is ongoing as we speak. A lot of discussions are happening. Experts are involved from both sides, and the new government, the new board that has been appointed, they're making all efforts to get the best outcome for the country. We have unearthed a lot of information relating to the matter. So discussions, intense level discussions are going on, but it's subject to a process that it is not within our hands, as some of these matters are within international jurisdictions that have been challenged. So we believe that we will be able to get a good outcome.
Is the compensation only on the bribery or also to cancellation? Because for cancellation also we paid money. Now, if the cancellation is based on the original agreement, which was based on bribes, so that's also you can challenge. So if you can clarify that.
Yes.
So it's a complex matter. Several legal experts are involved in this case, so we don't want to predict to prejudice the existing process that is taking place. I'm sure we will wait for the outcome through the due process.
And for the next trans minister, what are the key benchmark we have to accomplish before the next IMF?
Actually, that depends on the next the review, that the fourth review. So immediately after this, the release of the fourth tranche, the fourth review will start probably in April. So during that, so the things are open for discussion. But while continuing the existing benchmark, already certain benchmarks are there. Some alterations can be done from time to time depending on the requirement. For instance, the building, external buffer, the reserve. So it is not mere statistics or deterministic science. It varies from time to time. So then and there, by assessing the given situation, we would discuss. We are very open, and that could be seen in the fourth review.
On corruption, Minister, I mean, I think 1.5 years back on the corruption front, they basically asked for a strong anti-corruption law, and there was a anti-corruption law passed, but nothing has happened so far. And there was another act, the bill, Proceeds of Crimes Bill was to be taken last parliament, but it was never taken. What's the update on that?
No, actually, that is in process. They are being continuously attended, and the things are drafted. So yeah, he can just have the
Several-
progress. Yes.
There are several milestones that we need to meet in terms of governance initiatives, improvements of governance in the country. One of them is the setting up, strengthening the CBOC process, ensure it is adequately resourced and manned, provide the guidance and resources allocated to that one. So several matters relating to those governance diagnostic report, as I mentioned earlier, is completed to the extent that we have added 4 new items into the next ongoing process. We have proposed those items to be added to the governance diagnostic process, achievement monitoring and achievement process as well. And as you said, yes, some of them is the recovery of these ill-gotten gains and the acts and legislations and rules required to strengthen the existing framework, anti-money laundering, counter-terrorism financing. So even in the budget, we could see some of these items were provided in the annexure to the budget that we are going to do this within this year. And we are serious and we are allocating the adequate resources to ensure this will be implemented as soon as possible, because not because of IMF, it is in the IMF program. As a country, we need to get these things implemented to ensure we create a legal framework that citizens can trust. So our objective is also to get it done as soon as possible.